these are the legs done for now. I just used some Tamiya linoleum deck brown for the gaita, is what I think the sandals are called. This is Vallejo model game color Scarlet for the toe straps, and then this is just a mix of white and gray with a little bit of, if I can find it now, it's like one of those golden paints. It's a silver with a little bit of iridescent mixed in. Don't know how well that's going to survive the process of varnishing, but that's the next step. I plan to varnish with a gloss coat and then a matte coat. And the reason I do that is I feel like the gloss coat's better at protecting than the matte coat, and then the matte coat gives it the final finish that I'm looking for. So I'm going to get that done today along with the pants, and I'm going to try and get this much onto the base, and then I'll start working on the other parts. So while I'm letting those feet dry, I decided to work on this bow that's on the back of her here. And what I basically used, I'm being a little lazy because I believe this bow wraps around her front here, and I'm gonna have to mask that. And so I'm thinking these things I can do pretty much straight Tamiya purple. And these things will be kind of a darker blue. But I didn't want to mix up a special color because I'm not ready to mask this off yet. So I wanted to do something that I knew was repeatable. So I hit it first with Tamiya purple, and I've got this ready for airbrush. Anything that I've got ready for airbrush, I mark it with an A, so I know it's ready to go. And I've put in a stainless steel ball bearing in there. So I hit that with the purple first, and then I went over this with a fairly dilute spray of Game Air by Vallejo Warlord Purple, and that gave it a little bit more of a red color, but you can still see some of that purple coming through. If you look at the back, you can see a few areas that are still pretty much the Tamiya purple. I didn't do any like really paying attention to folds or anything. I just kind of hit it kind of like a zenithal highlight where you hit it from an angle, but I feel like that is close. I mean, this is a little bit more red in the image, but I feel like this is close enough to memory matching the color, and for my purposes that's probably good enough for this build. So I'm just doing a little work on what for me is the most terrifying part of any figure build, and that's the face painting. I've already put some silver in the eyes and a little bit of red around the eyebrows, on the edge. I've been watching the Azure Lane anime, and I really like the aesthetic where they have the red on the side of their eyes. So even though that's not really, as far as I can tell, the aesthetic for this particular character, I'm doing that because, well, it's my model and I can do what I want. And that's what I want. To say these eyelashes printed a lot better than what I'm normally used to for something like this. Well, for me, I think that's pretty decent for a face. I've just got to put some clear blue in the eyes. So this is a thing I keep trying. I put silver in the eyes, and then I'm going to put a clear blue over it. And I'm trying to get an effect kind of like a metallic, where you get the light going through the transparent layer and then bouncing back out. I keep trying this. It never works the way I think it should, and yet I keep trying it. So you can make of that what you want. What is that saying about insanity being doing the same thing over and over but expecting different results? Let that dry for a bit. What I may have to do is come in with a light blue on the bottom part, once that has had a chance to dry just a little bit. Meantime, I'll try and fix this eyebrow just ever so slightly. Okay, that's not gonna work. I think that'll work pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and put a varnish coat on that to lock it in.